Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, June 19, 2023. You could be guiding or mentoring someone, and people tend to turn to you for support or advice now. Eat a cent a day for benefiting from being especially observant. You might make a rewarding connection or bond with someone through a heart-to-heart or through listening. Certain conversations and connections deserve your attentiveness. Also today, Saturn turns retrograde, and until November 4th, you can benefit from a review of debts, support, emotional health, and your close relationships. You might need to reassess how much time and energy you can afford to invest in these matters, or you may be dealing with delays or refinements of plans. Once you recognize the need for restructuring, simplifying, and stabilizing your life, you have a stronger sense of the benefits of this cycle. Today, Saturn station encourages you to slow down and think about your priorities. People are especially prone to making errors of judgment now until they grow accustomed to the shift. Mighty Saturn has been taking a bulldozer to your flawed relationships over the recent years. However, he is currently fast asleep as of today in the depths of your solar house of intimacy and sexuality. When he was direct, he certainly was teaching you the hard truths and life lessons about your traumas or levels of vulnerability. Yet, as he slumbers now, you may feel a little bit more at ease around these issues. Another way this may affect you is by bringing more calm and less struggle around your partner's income and your combined assets and investments. Try to use this time now to hash things out before the taskmaster awakens yet again. It is time to have some fun. You may feel more playful than usual when Mercury in Gemini sextiles Venus in your sign. The light-hearted energy of the sextile may translate to how you socialize with your colleagues on and offline. You might leave funnier comments on posts, or you could make a joke that everyone enjoys. While the social festivities are in full swing, take a step back to consider what you will invest in when Saturn stations retrograde in Pisces later today. It might be time to go over your complex financial matters. Just over 3 months after returning to your financial sector, Saturn turns retrograde today, something that will be an annual event during the 3 years that he will spend here. With Neptune also slowing down ahead of her retrograde turn here in 2 weeks, this is putting money matters into review mode, just as the dwarf planet Ceres, in her last weekend in your income sector, is looking to the future. You will tend to be more open with your feelings with today's planetary alignment. This is a positive time for you, when you collect new information from above and reposition yourself in the world. Take the opportunity to check in with yourself and establish your health goals for the coming year. With today's transit, you are able to extend your social sphere of healthy relationships. Definitely consider relationships as part of your overall health and wellness. Of the greatest gifts you have as a personality is your ability to communicate and express yourself. When it comes to making a good living, this can either work to your advantage or be your own undoing. While you are sure to talk the talk, do you follow it up by walking the walk? In other words, are your actions as strong as your intentions? On this goal-oriented day, consider whether or not you are actively doing what needs to be done in order to meet your goals. The weekend is the perfect time to fully embrace today's new moon in your friendship sector, and especially as it comes just as the Sun has reached his last weekend here and as the only visit while Mercury, the planet of communication, is here. This is putting the focus on your social life, friendship, teamwork and networking, with a chance to catch up and make today more about connecting. Yet at the same time, there is also something developing on the income and job fronts that is helping to reframe your expectations for the rest of this professional year. Venus, the planet of love, has only been in Leo for 12 days, but having Pluto in your relationship sector in the first 5 of those days and the moon having moved through in that time, has already given you a crash course in what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. A week on from Pluto's departure, this is something that you are continuing to benefit from, but in hindsight, appreciate the gift that a rocky start may have been. Our eyes in the sky. The Sun shares a trine with Chiron this afternoon, giving us a chance to reconnect with our true selves and heal our egos a bit. This aspect can also help us reconnect with our voice, so take some time to journal in the morning if you can. This can also help you consolidate your deepest desires with your personal image. You should be able to move through fears and self-doubt in favor of working toward personal goals. Identity and emotion combine to bring us strength and comfort. The fiery energy is putting us into high gear when it comes to motivation. It might be difficult to sleep as you look for ways to work toward a better future. Unfortunately, an opposition between Venus and Pluto threatens to undo some of the good ego work we accomplished earlier in the day. The reality of the effort that we need to put into our dreams might be magnified and bring self-doubt to the surface. If you find these issues coming on, take a step back and relax. If you work well into the night, you might suffer from burnout and begin to question yourself. Drink some herbal tea and get a good night's rest so you can get back to work in the morning. Instead of turning our emotional radar outward, we go inward. This recalibration helps us to make breakthroughs about our character and behaviors. It can even enlighten us as to why we use pattern recognition as a mechanism for safety and security. An interest in our psychological workings will also make us curious about how others tick. Yet, where our probing might ordinarily be considered intrusive, others welcome our questions now, as they are likely conducting their own personal examinations. Following this aspect, the moon enters a void period lasting until after nightfall, suggesting we avoid starting new ventures. As many of us will be asleep at this hour, we should expect pleasant dreams. We may gain subconscious insights of spiritual or moral significance, helping us to tap into our idealistic side. The emotional highs we access should linger after we wake up, and we can take these good vibes with us as we start our day. Venus speaks to how we engage with love on the material plane, while Neptune speaks to how we access transcendent, mystical, divine love. When the two link up in a harmonious aspect, we literally feel love all around us. This aspect grants us gratitude for our circumstances and makes us want to share, connect with, and give back to those who have touched our lives in a positive way. This can also be an excellent transit for listening to music or attending concerts, museums, or films. Above all, this is a time for physical relaxation and mental and emotional thankfulness. Any interpersonal struggles that you try to cover up float to the surface now, and you have a hard time ignoring them under this self-reflective retro motion.